how you can accomplish whatever you want in due time as long as you set yourself up with the right mindset and perspective to back it. When it came to my life, I was always the one that was picked the last. I identified with being the person on the bench on the sports team. I identified with never being invited to the popular kids' table at lunch. I identified with not being noticed by the girl I identified with not having that many friends, and that meant that I wasn't cool. I identified with all these beliefs, and I held them so tightly that guess what? They came true every single day. At what age? The most influential ages for a young man growing up, which is high school and the years directly afterwards. And the thing that changed the most for me at 22 was I started to have people around me that truly believed in me and loved me for who I was and who I was becoming. That type of support sparked a fire inside of me that said, you know what? Maybe I'm capable of this too. And instead of asking myself this question of, man, what if my plan A doesn't work out? I started to say, what if my plan A does work out? What does my life look like if it all works out? And the fire that was already burning inside of me like a small flame launched into something huge, like a burning wildfire of desire. And I knew, man, what if it all works out and my life slowly begins to unfold the way around me, just like I once dreamed it had. That feeling you have as a kid when the night before you're going away on vacation and you've closed your eyes and you're visualizing what it's going to be like to be standing around, walking by the beach, looking for crabs, enjoying time by the water, being in nature, being in the forest, listening to the wind blowing through the trees, and you just can't sleep because you have that burning desire to just be in that place already. That's the exact same feeling I had, except the dream had just shifted from the next morning when I'm going on this trip to 1 year from now. What's my life going to look like? And I'm not trying to click fast forward as many times as I can and skip to the ending. I'm trying to just picture the finish line so vividly and fall in love with that finish line that in turn, I'm going to choose my path forward to reverse engineer the foundation and the actual brick laid path to get there. And then I'm going to fall in love with the process because of it. So then I'm not stuck chasing the finish line and then this idea of what if I don't make it creeps in. No, of course I'm going to make it. It's just a question of how much time is it going to take to get there? And the other question of how committed are you to make this happen? And if you truly believe that idea of what I talked about yesterday, why not you? You're capable of every single thing you desire. You can have anything you want, but you can't have everything you want. If you have that state of mind, and then you build out a clear plan that's aligned with your core values, your beliefs, your mission, and you share your wisdom, you share your honesty, you share your story with others so they can relate, it's fucking inevitable for you to hit those goals in one shape or another. Your journey might evolve and change shape along the way. You might start helping out this type of person, and then you're going to shift and start helping out this type of person. The people who didn't support you and didn't believe in you at the beginning, a couple of them might actually join on and join the bandwagon of seeing your success growing on a weekly basis, right? You never know what that journey is going to look like, but the point is you developed your path in your mind before you even started because you were visualizing just how beautiful, exciting, and engaging it was going to be to arrive there. Now let's just slow it down and think, we've built the path on how we want to get there. As long as your actions stay aligned with who you're wanting to become, and you're always thinking in the aspect of what would that higher version of myself do right now? What steps would that 10 out of 10 version of me be doing right now? And you're holding that close to your heart at all times, and especially before you make the type of decision where you're like, would they really frown on this or would they encourage this? That's when it matters the most, to allow yourself that perspective shift from that outside view, looking down of what would he be thinking right now if he knew you were going to go out and drink? When you said alcohol is a depressant and it's only going to slow you down, what would he be thinking? He probably wouldn't approve of it. Okay, we're not going to do that this time. We're going to save that and delay that reward for a bigger achievement in the future to have that prize and that excitement feeling. We're just going to delay that. The big thing I implemented to begin with was closing my eyes, visualizing what do I want my life to start looking like at 25 when I was 22. The other aspect I started to implement was who am I going to surround myself with, and are they going to be energy savers or are they going to be energy suckers? By this, an energy saver is somebody that fuels you up with positivity, somebody that encourages your growth, somebody that sees your journey, and they're gassing you up because they really wholeheartedly believe you're capable of doing this. They don't want you to get another job. They don't want you to go back to school. They don't want you to stray on a different path. But they're like, I'm just here for you 110%, and my support will always be there if you need it. And I know you're capable of achieving this. That's the difference between kids who are taught that same type of information and belief and self-confidence instilled into them at a young age compared to those that are frowned upon, told you're not good enough, told get off the stage. They quite literally rip you off with the umbrella and the hook of that, and they pull you off the stage like, you're done being the lead actor. Nah, those people will either make or break you at that childhood age, but you get that option when you turn 18, 19. Your brain starts to mature closer to its prime development years, and you have the option to believe, does that version of me, does that identify as who I am today? Or is that an identity I want to leave in the past? That comes into play when you consider who do you surround yourself the most. As you know, it's no hidden quote, but you are the sum of the 5 to 6 closest people you surround yourself with. Are they energy savers and energy givers? Or are they energy suckers and energy leeches? If those people are energy leeches, they're the type of individuals who you hang out with and all they do is complain. The type of individuals that you hang out with and you come out of that experience being like, wish I spent the last 2.5 hours doing something else, if I'm being honest. They're the type of individuals that you might not be proud to call your friend. They might be the type of partners in a relationship that you're not actually that excited to tell your grandparents about a couple months into dating because you're not proud of some of their personality traits. You know, these people that we allow so close to us to attach on that potentially start leeching us out of our positive life force. This is just the way I visualize it, and this is how it helped me, and hopefully you can implement it in your own creative way as well. But when you get that path clear, the visualization of where you want to go is clear, the process of how you're going to get there is filled with milestones, checkpoints, and positivity along the way, and then you assess who's alongside of you along that journey. Are they energy savers? Are they energy givers? Are they energy leeches? The third component is just relentless action and compounded consistency times persistence, whether you feel like it or not. This is the hardest part because life is really like one big wavelength. And what do most wavelengths look like? They look like a hill, and then they look like a valley, and another hill, another valley. Most people ride into the new year, where we're at right now, January 20th, 21st, on a hill because they're on the up and coming. You know, they're riding the motivation from the new year, new me. Or even like myself, new year, same me, just better processes, right? The challenge comes February 1st, right? You start to look down and shit, oh shit, here comes the first valley of despair. So the hills are the ups and the good, and the valleys are the valleys of despair where things get hard. Oh, and then March comes back, spring's coming out. Oh, we're going up. Oh, April, shit, the weather got shitty again. You know what I mean? It's always a perspective and an option to choose how you want to perceive it. Now, the way I work around this is setting up my camera, pressing record, and even though behind me, as you can see, it's a pouring fucking rain day that nobody else would be excited about. I was walking outside in my tank top and shorts, getting a bit soaked, knowing I was going to come in, and I'm so stoked and fired up to make this, but the weather doesn't affect me. So many people out there frowning their faces, the opposite of a smile on their face, and quite frankly, looking a bit upset and distressed because of this weather, allowing it to program how they feel. Whereas, guess what? This is another aspect of something that's out of our control. Do I wish I could be at a beach right now, lounging in the sun, arms up, just reclining and living life and smelling the salt in the air and just relaxing? Yes. Do I believe this too shall pass and I'll get that opportunity in the future? Yes. Which means this shit is out of my control. So don't let it get to you. That's a big key component of this third pillar is your actions are always what you're in control of. And if you aren't in your control of your actions, you need to do some serious self and internal work on why you've lost control of something that's so pivotal in your development. What is it about your desires? What is it about your vices? What is it about your diet? What is it about your current routine? What is it about the people you hang out with? What is it about what you're reading, the videos you consume, the music that you listen to, the video games you play? What is it about all of these things? What are the common themes that are weighing you down, that are keeping you in the same place? For me, when I did that, I very quickly found my list that was personal to me. And I knew, okay, well, when I'm moving to New Zealand, I'm not bringing my computer. My computer is a gateway to video games. Video games are a gateway to distraction. Distraction is a gateway from further lengthening, if that's even proper vocabulary, further lengthening the distance between where I'm at right now and where I want to be, which is a net fucking negative if you don't realize. And I knew I'm just going to bring this laptop. I'm just going to bring my iPhone. I can record on the iPhone. I can edit on the laptop. I can consume knowledge and learn on the laptop. I can repurpose it and share with you guys on the phone. This is all I need. Purchased a little small mic and my journey's set. Distractions are limited. The possibilities become endless. And I'm sacrificing these dreary, apparently this is summer here. It's 21 degrees, humid outside and pouring rain 12 hours straight. I could be depressed looking at this, I could be really sad looking out in the rain. I could be letting it affect my mood and hell, maybe I won't even get my step goal in today. But the difference is I know my actions today reflect who I am tomorrow. And I need to lead by example today for not only those who watch this that will feel inspired and impacted by my presence, but for the tomorrow version of me to look back on and say, shit, he got all this shit done when it was like this outside. So you're telling me we're going to act slower and we're not going to put the foot on the gas when the sun comes around tomorrow for 30 minutes? Fuck no. We're going outside, we're getting the coffee, we're walking up the mountain, and we're getting the fresh air, we're enjoying nature, we're enjoying peace. It all comes from the present moment. I can consider my future implications and the difficulties that are going to come from it, but none of that shit matters if I can't master my present, if I can't be in control of my present moment because of my actions. I also made this clear for me through the exercises in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. The first principle, that's truly the secret of the whole book when you go through it, but the desire is so key. You need to get so crystal clear on your desire, that finish line, who's involved, who are you going to help in the process, what's the exact amount of money you want to make, where's the place you want to be living in, when do you want to have it all by. You get clear on those 5 things, holy shit does it become evident what you were doing right and what you've been doing wrong this whole entire time, and what you need to replace when it comes to doing the stuff wrong to double down and add even more things that you're doing right that are going to fast track you to that goal. My desire is huge. I said I want to be making $500,000 a year by the end of 2027, December 31st, 2027. That's practically 2 years from now, just under that. That's a big goal for just under 2 years. But you know why I did it? Because that impossible goal, like I made a video about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, when nobody was watching, that goal is lighting the fire under my ass to kick my shit into gear and really go for what I want. Because I'm only 25 once. I'm only this young with this type of patience, this type of composure, energy, fire burning inside of me once in my life. Tomorrow, I'm a little bit older. Tomorrow, I get one more day closer to my end. What do I have right now? The present moment. I'm not promised that I'm going to wake up tomorrow, so I'm going to give it my fucking all for those I love, for those I know I can help and impact, and for those that care for my well-being. Everybody else that's a hater, people that don't support what you're doing, you just keep leading by example until either they listen to you or they just fuck off and go watch somebody else's content. That's when you know you've been so raw and authentic to who you are that the real ones have stuck around to support and the fake ones have all fucked off to go do their own thing. Next thing you know, you have a community, you have a following, you have momentum, you've built a platform, you found a voice, you've taken your piece of the pie, and you know the good you can create with it. This isn't some positivity bullshit, but in real time, I am manifesting the reality I once only dreamed of. I've taken that feeling as a kid of going on that vacation, smelling the salt in the air, being by the ocean, listening to the sounds of the waves zopping on the shore, sleeping on the comfortable couch in the front room of the family cabin with the oceanfront view when I was 12. And I've manifested that same feeling and desire for when I'm 25, knowing exactly where I'm going to be when I'm 27. Like, shit, I might not have it all figured out because I'm constantly going to be a student of this crazy game we get to call life. But financially wise, freedom wise, location and time wise, occupation wise, the chains are going to be unhooked. And it's only my mind that can stop me. It's only my actions that can get in my way. Apart from everything else out here that's out of my control. That's when the aspect of, you're considering different philosophies and who you choose to believe and what religion you follow. That's where that can come into play for you. But in terms of what's in control every single day, your actions will represent either who you're becoming or who you're killing in the process. I'll leave you with that today. Hopefully you took some notes. My name is Gareth Owen. If you're new here, click like and subscribe if you want to come along for this journey. Like-minded people who want to grow, that want to take things to the next level. I will do my very best to give it all away for free in videos like this to you so that you can get 1% to 2% better every single day and keep multiplying that 37x return every single year on becoming the best version of you. Peace.